Jurors heard testimony from one of Diddy's ex-assistants about allegations involving Kid Cudi. Capricorn Clark claims that while working for Combs, he had kidnapped her, forced her to go with him to get revenge against Cudi. She says it happened in 2011 after he found out his on-again, off-again girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, was dating Cudi. She says, quote, Puff came and got me with a gun and took me to Cudi's house to kill him. Joining me now to discuss this testimony, defense and trial attorney Misty Marris. Welcome back, Misty. The Capricorn Clark was supposed to be this pivotal witness for the prosecution because she could shed light on the idea of Diddy's business empire and him using it to conduct criminal acts. So did the prosecution get there?
Yes, good morning, Addie. So they did get some critical testimony out there, and that's because of the racketeering conspiracy charge. It requires proving that there are underlying crimes being committed called predicate crimes. It's basically what are Combs and his co-conspirators crimes they are committing in furtherance of a criminal enterprise. And in the indictment, there are two acts of kidnapping. And those two acts of kidnapping came out in Capricorn Clark's testimony. One in 2004, when jewelry was stolen and she was brought to a building in Lower Manhattan and underwent a 5-day lie detector test with one of Combs' security guards named Uncle Paulie, who said, if you lie, we're going to throw you into the East River. And also in 2011, as you laid out, when she was forced to go to Combs' house to confront Kid Cudi when he was in a relationship with Cassie Ventura. So those two acts of kidnapping are part of the prosecution's argument that crimes are being committed by Combs in conjunction with co-conspirators. So that's really critical to the RICO conspiracy part of this case, and we're beginning to see that formulate. It's been, we're in week 3 now, but really Kid Cudi and now Capricorn Clark are witnesses where we see how the prosecution is bringing that case to the jury.
Can we talk about the defense? Because I understand that the defense team is actually trying to get some of the testimony from Kid Cudi thrown out. What's the plan here? What are we looking at?
So the defense argued that some of what Kid Cudi had said was really just opinion, that there was no evidence that Combs was actually involved in this arson incident where Kid Cudi's car, a Molotov cocktail, was thrown into his car. And that is, again, part of this racketeering conspiracy portion of the charge. Arson is another predicate crime that's in the indictment, and prosecutors are seeking to link to Combs and other co-conspirators. Now, what the defense has argued is that a lot of what Kid Cudi testified to, that Combs was responsible for the arson, that's completely speculative, that it's really not appropriate evidence. It serves as inappropriate character evidence, meaning evidence that tends to show that Combs has a bad character. That's not allowed against the defendant. So because it was so conclusory, they're looking to have it struck. But as a trial lawyer myself, whenever the jury has heard something, you really can't unring the bell. Whether it's struck or not, the jury knows what they heard. And so really what the defense attorneys are doing is also preserving appellate issues, where they will go back and say that this testimony should not have been admitted. So in any case, you're seeing the defense work on a dual track, not only trying to raise reasonable doubt, of course, but also preserving appellate issues if, in fact, the defendant is convicted.
Of course, we talked about more witnesses who are going to be on the stand this week, including some investigators, first responders. Misty Marris, thank you so much for this update. Appreciate it.
Thank you.